It had been 1 week since the accident that took Ruth's life. Everybody thought it was Alice that died, but only Alice knew the truth. She was living her sister's life now, sleeping on her sister's bed, wearing her sister's clothes, cooking for her sister's husband, Henry. Alice would sit sometimes and stare at the wall for hours. She couldn't sleep at night. Anytime she closed her eyes, she saw Ruth lying lifeless in that hotel room. The guilt was eating her up, but she couldn't tell anyone. Who would even believe her? Henry was a good man, calm, gentle, the kind every woman prayed for. He noticed that Ruth had changed. She no longer laughed loudly, no longer partied, no longer even argued with him. At first, he was happy about it. He thought maybe his wife finally matured, but after some months, he became worried. One night he said, "Babe, you dey okay so? Since that your sister die, you just dey cry. I know say it pain you, but life still dey ahead." Alice just nodded, pretending to smile. Inside her chest, tears wanted to pour again. She no fit tell am say na her own life she dey cry for. She was stuck living as another person, her twin's life. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Henry tried his best to make her happy again. He cooked, he cleaned, he bought her gifts, but she no respond. Sometimes she even forgot she was Ruth. When Henry called her Alice by mistake, she would answer before she remembered to correct him. One day, Henry just stood there looking at her and said, "You know they act like my wife again. You they act like her sister." She laughed small to cover it, but her heart almost jumped out. Things started to change between them. Henry began to miss his wife's touch. The playful one, the stubborn one, the one who used to scatter the house with laughter. This quiet version of her felt strange. Sometimes at night, he would move close to hold her. She would turn her face away, pretending to sleep. "Babe, you dey vex for me?" he would ask softly. She would say, "No, I just tired." But he knew something was wrong. Nearly 1 year after the burial, Alice couldn't keep up anymore. The lies, the pretending, the pain, everything was too heavy. She started writing in a small notebook. She hid under her pillow. Inside, she wrote everything. How her sister begged her to switch, how she agreed, how Ruth died, and how she couldn't tell anyone. One evening, Henry came home early. He noticed her hiding something under the pillow. He didn't talk immediately. Later that night, when she went to shower, he picked up the book and opened it. By the time she came out, he was sitting on the bed, eyes wide open, holding the book. "Who you be?" he asked slowly. Alice froze. Water dripped from her hair to the floor. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. "Talk! Who you be?" Henry shouted again. His voice carried pain and confusion. She tried to explain, crying, shaking, begging him to understand. She told him everything. How Ruth forced her, how she didn't plan it, how the accident happened. Henry just sat there, staring at her. He didn't blink. "So, my wife, my Ruth, she's gone, and you've been here all this while, pretending," he said quietly. Alice went on her knees, crying. "I'm sorry. I no plan 'em like this. I swear, I just want help her. I no even know say she go die." Henry stood up, walked to the window, and stared outside for a long time. His chest was moving fast. "You know say I loved her," he said finally, voice shaking. "But wetin pay me pass be say, you stay here, eat my food, sleep beside me, and you no tell me." "I no fit," Alice said, tears flowing. "You go hate me. You go think, say I kill her." Silence filled the room, only the sound of the ceiling fan turning slowly. After a while, Henry turned to her. His eyes were red but calm. I no even know wetin to say again. My mind dey scatter. But one thing I know, you no be bad person. You just make bad choice. Hey, she tried to touch him, but he stepped back. No touch me, not today. That night, Alice couldn't sleep. She sat outside till morning, watching the sky change color. She felt free but broken. The secret was finally out. But now, she didn't know what would happen next. Henry didn't talk to her for days. He moved to the guest room. He still cooked for both of them, still greeted her, but it wasn't the same. The house was filled with quiet pain. One Sunday morning, as she prepared breakfast, Henry came out wearing his jacket. I did travel small, he said calmly. I need space to think. I no know when I go come back. She wanted to beg him to stay, but she couldn't. She just nodded and whispered, okay. When he left, she sat on the kitchen floor and cried again. Not because she was caught, but because she truly fell in love with him while pretending to be someone else. And that's how it ended. Not with shouting, not with blood, but with quiet heartbreak. Alice got her freedom, but she lost everything else: her sister, her peace, and the man she came to love. Sometimes life no get clear line between truth and lie, but the truth always finds its way out, even if it breaks everything in the process.